Hello, I'm Pat O'Hare, Chief Market Analyst for Briefing.com. Today is Thursday, April 10th. There was no shortage of news Thursday. Some of it was good and some of it was bad. Regardless of the characterization, the stock market had a hopeful view of things for most of Thursday's trade. In terms of the, quote, good news, the leading headlines included Wal-Mart raising its first quarter EPS guidance, a Bank of America's securities upgrade of the semiconductor sector to overweight, a better-than-expected report showing initial claims for the week ended April 5th fell 53,000 to 357,000, a $9 billion buyout offer for Millennium Pharmaceuticals from Japan's Takeda Pharmaceuticals, and a contention from Goldman Sachs' CEO that we are closer to the end of the credit crisis than the beginning. On the flip side, the, quote, bad news included a noticeably weak batch of same-store sales results for March, a $62.3 billion trade deficit for February that was wider than expected and led to lowered GDP forecasts, and news that Lehman Brothers disclosed in an SEC filing that it shut down 3 investment funds whose asset values declined due to the stresses in the market. Tucked in between these items was a report that Yahoo was looking at doing a deal with Time Warner's AOL unit in an effort to fend off Microsoft. At the same time, it was being reported that Microsoft and News Corp have held discussions about making a joint bid for Yahoo. To say the least, this story has its share of twists. For the most part, though, the market locked in on the semiconductor upgrade and Wal-Mart's raised guidance as the driving factors behind Thursday's gains. Fittingly, the retail sector, which was up 1.8%, and the semiconductor sector, which gained 1.6%, were among Tuesday's biggest gainers. The strength in retail was curious given the battery of negative same-store sales reports. However, the guidance from Wal-Mart, short covering activity, and the anticipation that sales will rebound in coming months with the arrival of warmer temperatures and tax rebate checks carried the retail stocks higher. Strikingly, the financial sector, which dipped 0.4%, was one of just 3 sectors that did not end the day higher. Utilities, down 0.6%, and telecom services, down 0.1%, were the other 2. Today's losses mark the 3rd straight loss for the financial sector, which has slipped 3.8% since Monday's close. The technology sector, which jumped 1.5% on the back of strength in the semiconductor stocks and big cap issues, acted as an effective offset to the weakness in financials. Similarly, strength in airline stocks, which rebounded from their recent drubbing, helped give the broader market a positive tilt Thursday. At their highs for the session, the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P were up 122, 42, and 13 points respectively. Some late selling paired most of the Dow's gains until a closing volley of buying interest propped the major indices comfortably above the unchanged mark at the closing bell. I'm Pat O'Hare for Briefing.com. Thanks for listening and have a good evening.